Well, it's really awesome because, like, I mean, there's obviously a lot of people, but I mean, we're all like really cool with each other and we're all really close, and it's kind of like a big family, so it's cool. It is a bit tougher because there's no like straight out lines, it's all singing, and so you need to like learn all the rhythms and everything rather than just saying a line.
I really like this one just because I know so many people in the cast. I pretty much have met every single person. I'm either really close with people or throughout this experience have become even closer with the underclassmen who I didn't really know before we began this production. And I like the fact that it's all singing, it's very musical because I'm really involved in singing. So
I think that it's a really good challenge for us to have to do all of our acting through singing. I think that most of us usually have the opportunity to kind of fall back on our character in the lines to explain the story. But in Les Mis, it's really our prerogative to get the entire story out to the audience in just song, which is a huge challenge for all of us, but I think it's a challenge that has been really good. I don't think I've ever been in a show that's been all sung before, so it's been really great for me. I really have to work with the diction and making everything really make sense, and also really putting all that emotion into whatever you're singing. You can't just, you know, stand around and sing. You have to really become your character in everything that you sing, so it's been a good challenge for all of us, I think. Well, one of the things that's really great is that it's a big cast. For example, last year for our musical we did Into the Woods, which was a small cast, which was really great, but there's something to be said about a big cast of people doing a really emotional show because we all kind of fall on each other for support, and I think it's really exciting to be able to get to know a lot of new people and have all different kinds of people in the mix rather than just, you know, the same, 20 people or so that we had last year, so I think that that's been fun.
Well, it's interesting because usually at TA, the shows really come together really at the last minute, and a week ago, you would never have imagined if you came to rehearsal that it would be this amazing and this cohesive, and it is really good.
I mean, I've been a part of so many productions. When I was younger, I did Crossroads for many years, and coming up to high school and being part of such a big production like this and realizing when you go and you watch other schools do their theater that they're not as lucky and they don't have as nice of a department and they might not have as nice of a stage and just a theater family in general, you really do feel blessed to be able to be a part of something like this.
It's actually pretty fun, and it's pretty cool because like when there's a gigantic audience, you really feed off the audience, and your performance just turns out better because you can get into it a lot more.
I can't even say not only how much I've learned about theater from being at TA, but mostly how much I've learned about myself, I think is the very most important thing, because I came in as a freshman and I was so nervous about coming to this big school, from little middle school. I'd always really liked singing and theater and stuff, but I think that I was able to really find my niche here. And it's been a great opportunity for me. Another really amazing thing is that every time we do one of these musicals, we have a professional pit playing with us, which is absolutely crazy. I mean, there are some schools that, private schools here and there that kids are paying, 50 grand a year and they don't even have a professional pit. I was just talking to one of the women the other day and she was saying, what amazing opportunity it is for us. And there are so few teenagers who can say that, they have gotten the opportunity to play a role on stage and perform with a professional pit. So that's been really, really great. And overall, it's just a great experience. A lot of wonderful people to meet, got a lot of information to learn. So
it's really awesome. It's nice because we spent such a long time just using the laptop and using the rehearsed score, which is just music on a laptop, and that's how all of the musicians learned all of their things. So all of the singers learned all their parts from that. And then coming in here and seeing first the musicians playing their instruments and being able to put the singing to that. And then this past week when we get up on stage and you see all of the tech crew come together and they're really working very hard to make the production what it becomes, because lighting and staging is so much of a production.
Mrs. Murray has been really one of my biggest role models here at TA. I've learned so much from her. I take a lot of music classes here, and so over the years I've really gotten to know her and learned a lot from her, and I think that every time we do a show, she just brings something new to it. You know, she's always, you know, got something new that she's having us try. And as we get to be upperclassmen and she knows us better and better, it's not like she's just like, oh, you know, that was okay. You know, she always makes us work harder. And the great thing about Handwright is that he's always the comic relief, you know, especially in a show like this where it's so intense, we're all, you know, crying and everything. But he's just always there to be fun and to remind us that the reason that we're doing theater is because we love it, and it's not about the stress. It's about, you know, us doing it because it's our passion. And I think that I'm really thankful that we have that as well.
Handwright is awesome. He's a really funny guy. And one interesting thing about his directing is that he gives very minimal direction, and he really allows the actors to work a lot with the other actors and work with their characters, rather than give like really specific direction. And that's one of the great things about TA Theater. And he also builds such amazing sets, and he works really hard, and he works like 17 hours a day. I don't know how hard he works. He works really hard to make these shows really good and really amazing, and the sets, obviously.
You definitely get to know them very well. You get to know their good sides and their bad sides, and how not to push their buttons. They get frustrated sometimes, but it's really nice because it's kind of a bonding experience. They see you grow as you develop your character, and you get your character on that first day, and they watch as you might struggle with different lines and different singing parts, and then by the time you get up to the production and you're on stage and you're loving the audience, they see you in all your glory standing up there and having a great time.
Marshal of the house, now we know the drum. We're ready with a handshake and an opening bomb. Tells us all to makes a little stir. Customers appreciate a bond river. Delighted to be friends of favor. Doesn't cost me to be nice, but nothing gets you nothing. Everything is normal and right.
Well, first of all, you meet amazing people, because amazing people tend to do theater. And it's really a great way to make friends and really be integrated into a community here at TA. And also, it's a really great feeling to just get up in front of an audience and be able to make the audience, to be able to make the audience laugh, be able to make people cry, and especially at the same time, which is one of the amazing things about this show, is that at times it's really funny, and then a scene later you're crying, and it's so amazing. So I think that's the really greatest power in the world, to be able to make people laugh and cry at the same time.
Well, it's just a lot of fun, and obviously if you enjoy singing or acting, then you should definitely get involved, because it's a lot of fun, and it teaches you a lot too. You learn a lot more skills and stuff.
Because especially for a musical, you always make it in, and it's just a great experience, because even if you end up as a chorus member, if that's not what you're immediately going for, you'll end up loving it. I'm pretty sure that if you asked anybody in this play, they would say that they are so happy that they joined. You really get to be a part of that family, and you spend months working together and being a part of such a great production and really seeing everything come together in the end.
For me, the biggest the reason that I do theater is because of all the people that I get to know. I think that sometimes it's really nerve-wracking coming to a big school and not really knowing where you're going to end up. And I think that it's kind of a scary feeling. But one of the really great things about the TA players that I like to believe is that we're really, really open to new people. I think that this year, some of my closest friends are underclassmen, which I just think is so wonderful, because then they are going to grow up and they're going to, be the upperclassmen and just bring other people under their wing. My freshman year, there were so many seniors that just, took me in, and, I felt like they kind of took care of me and became my friends, and I've always looked up to them, and I feel like it's just a never-ending cycle, which is so neat, because now I still look up to my friends who have gone off to college, and I have these people that I can always look up to, and I wouldn't if I hadn't done theater here at TA, so do theater here at TA, it's awesome.